Welcome to Stories My Mother Told Me. The title of today's story is Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. Once upon a time, in the bustling city of Sandalwood, there lived a poor young man named Alibaba. His days were spent toiling away in the market, earning a meager living. Despite his humble circumstances, Alibaba possessed a keen mind and a good heart. The people of Sandalwood were being robbed of their hard-earned money by a mysterious gang that no one knew. They would steal gold from merchant storehouses. They would attack sheep bringing goods to the community. They would also travel far and wide to heist from all the wealthy communities. The authorities have tried all within their power to get a hold on this notorious gang, but to no avail. One day, while wandering through the bustling market, Alibaba overheard a group of merchants whispering about a mysterious cave filled with treasures hidden in the nearby mountains. Intrigued by the possibility of wealth, Alibaba decided to investigate. He secretly followed them, making his way to the mountains, and after a perilous journey, he discovered the secret cave. Watching from a distance, he saw them open the cave and went in. To his amazement, the cave was filled with glittering gold, sparkling jewels, and valuable treasures beyond his wildest dreams. Alibaba realized that this cave was a secret hideout of the band of notorious thieves known as the 40 Thieves. Carefully every day, Alibaba would observe the thieves from a distance and learned their routines. One day, he heard them utter a phrase to open the cave's entrance. "Open sesame." Taking note of this, Alibaba waited for the thieves to leave, and when the coast was clear, he approached the entrance and repeated the words, "Open sesame." To his astonishment, the cave's entrance swung open. Alibaba couldn't resist the temptation to take some treasures for himself. He filled his bags with golds and jewels and made his way back to the city. When he got home, he told his wife everything, but asked that they keep this a secret. They were both delighted at their newfound wealth, and they decided that they would bring this to the attention of the authorities. But they needed to be sure and make no mistake so they don't get into trouble. But in the meantime, they would help the poor with what they get from the cave. Now, Alibaba's older brother Derek and his wife lived next door. His wife began noticing their joyful disposition and how Alibaba no longer go to the market. She also observed that they now eat better and are even feeding the poor neighbors. So she made her observations known to her husband, and they both decided to investigate. That evening, after Alibaba and his wife had retired for the day, they both started talking about their newfound wealth and how they would go to the marketplace tomorrow to help the beggars and change their lives. Unknown to them, Derek's wife was listening the whole time, so she watched as they drew out the bag containing the treasures. Her eyes opened in bewilderment, and she saw so many gold coins and jewelries. She hurriedly went inside to inform her husband. Derek's eyes opened in greed, and he confronted his brother and insisted that he tell him about their new wealth. Alibaba hesitated to share these details with his brother, knowing how greedy and self-centered he can be. But after much pressure, left with no choice, he revealed everything to his brother. But he also warned him to be very careful, as these thieves were ruthless people. In that very moment, Derek asked that they go to the cave. Reluctantly, Alibaba took him there and revealed the secret entrance. He also told him the secret words to open the cave. As soon as Derek got in, he was surprised at all he saw. Blinded by greed, he began gathering more than he could carry. Just when he thought he's gotten enough, his eyes will stumble on something else. This went on for so long, and Alibaba became worried, so he came out of his hiding and took his brother away. On the way home, Derek couldn't stop fantasizing about his riches. He told his brother how he's gonna paint the town and deal with anyone who looks down at him. He also made known his intentions of coming back by morning to get more precious things. Alibaba tried to reason with his older brother, telling him how dangerous that can be and how quickly his life would turn miserable if those thieves realized the missing items. But as usual, Derek was blinded by greed and saw no sense in all Alibaba was saying. Very early the next morning, Derek went to the cave with dreams of claiming all its treasures for himself. He used the secret words, "Open Sesame." And again, the door to the cave opened and he went inside. He started accumulating the things he would carry out. When he was done, he said, "Door, open." But the door refused to open. He realized that in a haste to get to the cave, he did not pay attention when Alibaba told him the secret words to open the door. He tried saying different things like, "Door undo," "Cave unlock," "Door unlock." Nothing he said could open the door. Eventually, he became very tired and gave up waiting for a miracle to happen. In no time, the thieves came to the cave to store more stolen goods. Derek hid behind one of the shelves, waiting patiently for them to leave. But as the thieves were about leaving, they noticed the big bag protruding. Leader of the 40 thieves, a cunning and ruthless man named Kasim, soon discovered that someone had infiltrated their secret cave. Kasim was determined to uncover the thief's identity, and after some search, they found the culprit. In a fit of rage, Kasim demanded how he knew the location of the cave. Derek, fearing for his life, lied, telling him that he had secretly followed them one of the days. They captured Derek, and as punishment for his greed, they killed him. Kasim asked that he leave his body right there in the cave and come back later after figuring out what to do with him. After waiting for some hours without seeing his brother, Alibaba traveled to the cave, and from a distance, he saw his brother's carriage. He used the secret words, opened the door, and went inside. He saw his brother's lifeless body at the cave's entrance and immediately knew what had happened. He quickly moved the body and went home. He told his wife and Derek's wife all that had happened and asked that for their safety they should secretly bury him without alerting the neighbors. Later that day, the thieves returned and discovered the body was missing. They at once figured that someone else also knew about this cave. Enraged, Kasim told his men to make sure they comb the entire city and fish out who this person is. They went to the marketplace in a quest to find this person. They would enter the shops and give notes in exchange for coins because they always made sure to put a certain mark on their gold coins. And before long, they discovered that the gold coins has been circulating in the marketplace. They discreetly began asking people about the person who's been giving gifts and rendering help to the beggars. And in record time, they found it was Alibaba. A concerned recipient of Alibaba's kindness informed him about the men making inquiries about him. Alibaba immediately understood that the thieves are probably looking for him. Fearing for his own safety, he sought the help of his wise wife, Margaret. Together, they devised a plan to outsmart the thieves. Having discovered who the infiltrator was, Kasim came up with a game plan to teach Alibaba a lesson. First, he asked his men to locate his house and put a mark on the door so they can identify it at night. The two men went to the door and put a mark using a yellow marker. Not long thereafter, Margaret noticed a strange mark on their door. So she took the same color and put the exact mark on all the neighbors' door. When night fell, Kasim personally arrived to said location but found the mark on every single door. Hence, he couldn't figure which house it is. He later went back in anger. The next evening, after figuring out exactly what house Alibaba lives in, Kasim knocked on his door pretending to be a traveling merchant transporting oil. He said to him, "I have heard about your kind deeds in this town. Everyone, literally everyone, only spoke well about you. And for this reason, I feel comfortable asking to spend the night in your home to continue my journey to a faraway town tomorrow. Please, I cannot trust anyone else in this strange land." Alibaba, without giving much thought due to his kind nature, quickly agreed and promised to look after his goods. But his clever wife asked, "What are the contents in these containers that you have lined up?" He responded, "These are just barrels of oil, as I am a merchant who supplies oil to different towns." Satisfied at his response, Alibaba welcomed him into his home and asked that his wife prepare dinner for their guests. The two men spent time together that evening, eating and drinking and sharing business ideas. Margaret, however, went outside to inspect the so-called barrels. She counted them and they were 39 in number. This number rang a bell on her head and her suspicions grew stronger. Using her cleverness, she will knock on the body of the barrel, and each time the thieves would reveal themselves asking, "Lord, is it time?" And she uses a manly voice to respond saying, "No, just wait a little longer." She went back to the house and added sleeping pills to the drink of the stranger, and in no time he fell asleep. She made her suspicions known to her husband and asked that he go get the town's authorities and policemen. As soon as everyone was gathered, she asked that they open the barrels one after the other. And to everyone's surprise, each barrel contained one man. Their intention was to attack Alibaba's household in the middle of the night and claim all their amazing treasures. Each of the men were arrested, and with Alibaba's courage and Margaret's wisdom, they managed to eliminate the entire gang. In the end, Alibaba and Margaret were hailed as heroes in Sandalwood. They returned the stolen treasures to the rightful owners, and everyone lived a prosperous life. The tale of Alibaba and the 40 Thieves became a legend, teaching people the consequences of greed and the virtues of honesty and courage. This is Story My Mother Told Me. Now, let's look at some of the words we've learned in today's story. The first on my list is perilous. This word means full of or involved in danger or stress. Perilous journey. The next word is meager. This word means lacking desirable qualities or very little. It also means deficient in quality or quantity. The next word is notorious. Notorious. It means widely and unfavorably known, disgraceful or unrespectable. And then we've got intrigued. This word means having one's interest, desire, or curiosity strongly aroused. The next word is fantasize. To create or imagine something beautiful in your mind. I fantasize about going to Paris. The next word is accumulate. Accumulate. It means to gather or pile up something, especially little by little. Derek was accumulating all the things he would carry. So these are some of the words we picked from today's story. There are a lot more. If you enjoyed watching this video, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends, as these help us grow. Thank you, and see you in our next story. Bye!